بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. We begin with Allah's blessed name. We praise Him and we glorify Him as He ought to be praised and glorified. And we pray for peace and for blessings on all His noble messengers, in particular the last of them all, the blessed Prophet Muhammad, Sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam, as I greet you today on the 9th day of the month of Shawwal, in the year 1444, here from my daughter's home in Sheffield in Britain with Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The last time I recorded a video was on the 3rd or the 2nd of April. It was in Dundee, in Scotland, on a video because my student there in Dundee said, Sheikh, Pakistan is in a critical state, and can you record a video in support of Imran Khan? And I said, sure, I'll do that. And that video, as well as others before it, provoked significant comments, both for and against Imran Khan. What was significant, however, for me is the name of Dr. Israr Ahmed is a very respected name in Pakistan. And this is a scholar of Islam who spent his life devoted to the mission of Islam and who did remarkable work, commendable work. And he has a very large following of people who are obliged to him for the knowledge that he gave to them and who have great respect for him. And I am one of them because I even took the bay'ah and I became a member of the Tanzim Islami. I never regretted having done that. And up to this day, I recommend to people to go and join the Tanzim because it's a wonderful organization. And it is very well established, very well disciplined. I love the Tanzim, and the members of the Tanzim still love me to this day. Yes. So I am also one of those who have benefited from the scholarship of Dr. Israr Ahmed, and I pray that Allah most kind might have mercy on his soul and bless him with Jannah. Ameen. I went to Lahore, I went to his grave. I paid my respects at his grave, and I was so happy to see the simplicity of the grave, the resting place of Dr. Israr Ahmed. So now then, with that introductory comment, I have learnt, to my surprise, I never knew it, that Dr. Israr Ahmed, this is the reports which are coming in the comments to my videos, that Dr. Israr Ahmed has made very significant negative comments about Imran Khan and perceive him as a danger, great danger for Pakistan. I am not aware of this. I don't know whether this is true or not. But people would not be making these comments out of thin air. There must be some substance in it. And so I have to respond now. In the event that this is indeed the view of Dr. Israr Ahmed, that he has negative views about Imran Khan as a political leader, that he's someone being planted by the West and he poses a great danger for Pakistan. If this is true, I cannot confirm that this is true, but the comments of so many people have to be responded to. Then I want to respond. And this is my first comment. That while we respect the views of scholars of Islam, it is not necessary that we must submit to them. We are independent thinkers. We have a capacity to think, and we have the right and the freedom to differ. Let me begin with the greatest one of all, a man that Dr. Israr Ahmed himself held in great eminence. In fact, people used to say, he said, Dr. Israr knows Dr. Muhammad Iqbal better than Dr. Muhammad Iqbal knows himself. This is what people said to me in Lahore. You all know him as Allama Iqbal. I don't like to use the term Allama Iqbal. I use the term Dr. Muhammad Iqbal because I say great men don't need titles. So I love to refer to him as Dr. Muhammad Iqbal. So when I say Dr. Muhammad Iqbal, you know I'm talking about the one that you consider as Allama Iqbal. Now then, I have great respect for him, but I differ with him on some issues. And I'm going to take only one. There are several of them, but I'll take only one. I don't have a copy of his book, The Reconstruction of Religious Thought in Islam. I don't have a copy with me here in Sheffield. But if you go to that book and you read that book, you'll see this comment of Dr. Muhammad Iqbal on the Khilafah state, the holy state. He says that the modern Republican state is an adequate substitute for the Khilafah. And I say, no, Dr. Iqbal, you're wrong. I differ with him. And when I meet with him, I hope I will meet with him in another world, I'll stay firm with my view. I say, no, Dr. Saab, you're wrong on that subject. But that does not mean that I'm in any way seeking to diminish the stature of that great scholar. That's not the way scholars behave. We are free to differ with each other without any acrimony, without any seeking to destroy anyone, without demeaning anyone at all. We are free to differ with each other without in any way being disrespectful to a scholar. Not at all, not at all, not at all. I have to shout because I know there'll be those who will come with their nasty comments after this video is released. So this is the way I treat Dr. Iqbal. Anyone who knows me knows how much respect I have for him. And yet I am free to differ with him. And I am convinced that I am correct and he is wrong on this subject. Similarly with my own teacher, Maulana Dr. Fadlur Rahman Ansari Rahimahullah, who's one of the most outstanding scholars of Islam of his age. And when Dr. Muhammad Iqbal left this message to the world before he died, in the title of his book, that he was calling for a reconstruction of religious thought in Islam, the one who has responded most of all to that call is my teacher, Maulana Dr. Muhammad Fadlur Rahman Ansari, in his Quranic Foundations and Structure of Muslim Society, the 2-volume book. Here is volume 1. Here is volume 1 of the book in my hand right here. And anyone who knows me and my scholarship, you know how much love and how much respect I have for my teacher. He is like the sun and the moon, and I'm just like a little twinkling star compared to his scholarship. Mm-hmm. And so I want you to know that despite the respect and love and affection I have for him, and I'm nothing compared to his scholarship, yet I differ with him because he trained me that way to be an independent thinker. This is what he says in this volume 1 of the Quranic Foundations and Structure of Muslim Society. And I read for you. This is page 27 of the preface of the introductory observation. He says that, I quote him, if the traditions mean the hadith, concerning the second advent of Jesus, alayhi salam, if they are accepted as correct, they relate only to a prophecy about an event of future history. They relate only to a prophecy of an event of future history, and they have nothing to do with the Islamic creed, and as such have nothing to do with the Iman of a Muslim, neither in its affirmation nor in its denial. That's his view, and it is put down in black and white. And my view is that no, I would say, if I meet with my teacher, may Allah grant that I may meet with him one day in another world, and I'd say to him that, oh Maulana Sahib, Abu Jana used to call, I differ with you. I believe that the advent, the return of Nabi Isa alayhi salam is not just a hadith, it's not just a prophecy of Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. Rather, it is firmly grounded in the Quran. This is what I'd say to him, okay? But not because I differ with my teacher. Does that mean I'm showing any disrespect for him? Which schoolboy will say that? This is the way he trained me. He doesn't want me to be a gramophone record, to uncritically accept anything that he taught. And I don't want students like that. No, I have the freedom to differ with him. Similarly, with Dr. Israr Ahmed, because we live at a critical moment in the history of Pakistan, and I cannot allow this moment to pass without making a comment on this subject of the views of Dr. Israr Ahmed pertaining to Imran Khan, because it is critically important for this movement. This is make or break for Pakistan. Pakistan will never get another moment like this. And Allah says in the Quran, listen to what He says. Ba'da'uzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Listen to what He says. He says, Inna Allah la yughayyiru ma bi qawmin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. That Allah will not intervene to change your condition in Pakistan until you make the effort using His guidance to change your own condition. So it's not up to Him, it's up to you. What road will Pakistan take tomorrow? And I am of the view that this is Pakistan's moment in history to seek to recover freedom. Because the leaders of Pakistan all through history have always been chosen in Washington or by the ambassadors in Islamabad. And any time that Pakistan had a leader who put Pakistan first and was prepared to resist Washington, they killed him. And perhaps we say it's a miracle that Imran Khan is still alive, because although he is not someone who's showing hostility for Washington, no, yet he's prepared to stand up and put Pakistan first rather than Washington first. Am I correct? Is that being hostile to Washington? To put Pakistan first rather than Washington first? Good. So, because I am so concerned that the views of Dr. Israr Ahmed might affect the thinking of those who have listened to him and who have so much respect for him and take knowledge for him, and they might turn to have negative feelings towards Imran Khan, I need to record this video. Not because that I'm going to express the views that I express about Dr. Israr Ahmed does not mean that I have any less respect for him. Please stop that nonsense. I will not tolerate anyone speaking disrespectfully about Dr. Israr Ahmed. I don't want to see his stature diminished in any way. So now that we've got rid of that garbage, let us proceed. I'm sorry that I have to speak so harshly, because I know what's coming. I know what's coming. I differ with Dr. Israr on this issue concerning Imran Khan and his role in this moment in the destiny of Pakistan. And you know my views now, and if those are his views, they are different from each other. But I differ with Dr. Israr Ahmed on several other issues. Since I have mentioned how I differ with Dr. Muhammad Iqbal, since I have mentioned how I differ with my own teacher, both of whom I love so much, do I not have the right to mention that I differ with Dr. Israr? Will you not allow me the freedom? What kind of people are you? You want to muzzle me? I was a member of the Tanzim. I took the bay'ah in 1996, perhaps, in Rawalpindi. He had so much affection for me when he met me in New York that he invited me to come to Rawalpindi to attend the Tanzim's annual convention. And while I was there attending the convention, I decided that I will join the Tanzim, and he was very happy with that. As soon as I joined the Tanzim Islami, I was welcomed with so much love and affection by the members. They loved me. I became very popular in the Tanzim. And Dr. Israr was constantly moving my profile higher and higher in the Tanzim, using me around the United States, for example. Whenever the Tanzim had any public session, I would be one of the frontline speakers. But then after a little while, we noticed that I was being kept back, that there was something which was bothering him. And then one day, in Lahore, he called me to a private session. And he gave me orders. And you know what the orders are because I have mentioned it in the past. He said to me, Imran, I am now ordering you as your Amir. You are prohibited from speaking and you are prohibited from writing on the subjects of Gog and Magog and the subjects of Dajjal, the false Messiah. And I rejected his order the moment it left his lips. But I continued to hold him in great respect and in affection. I rejected it because no man has authority over any other man in the world of knowledge. If I had obeyed those orders, then Jerusalem and the Quran would never have been written. And all my books on eschatology would never have been written. Why did he give that order? He gave that order because his views on Gog and Magog and on Dajjal differed from mine. What he should have done is what my teacher, Maulana Fadl Rahman Ansari, did. Give me the freedom to express myself. And when I differed with my teacher, he would only smile. That's all. I would say to him, Maulana, I differ with you. And he would only smile. He wouldn't shut me down. Afterwards, maybe 3 or 4 months later, I would go to him and say, Maulana, now I agree with you. He said, I am not going to put you on my back and climb the mountain. I'm going to teach you to climb the mountain. But Dr. Israr did something different. He shut me down. He ordered me not to speak and not to write, and that was a mistake on his part. That was a mistake on his part. I don't think anyone will differ with me. So his views on these critically important subjects of Akhir Zaman, critically important subjects of Akhir Zaman, were different from mine. And now 20-something years have passed. My views on Gog and Magog are gaining momentum. And those pathetic people, that's the word I use, pathetic people, who say, no, Gog and Magog will only come when Jesus returns. Tell them, You're on the wrong side of history. You are pathetically misguided on this. I feel sorry for you. That's my words. I have the right to speak now with this harshness in my tongue because I've been teaching the subject for so long and they would not listen to me. So take my words now like bullets. You are on the wrong side of history. And similarly, my views on Dajjal. Who has done more work in the modern age on explaining the subject of Dajjal than I have done? What is your work compared to mine on the subject of Dajjal? I have written several books on the subject of Dajjal. So when we differ, as I differed with Dr. Israr on this subject, I have the right to differ, and you must be free to choose mine or his view. It's not people involved. Your love for him and your love for me remains the same. Your respect for him and your respect for me remain the same. It doesn't change. We're not involved in destroying each other. And then take the subject of the punishment. I'm taking only one more example because there are several. Take the subject of the punishment for adultery and fornication in Islam. The Arabic word is zina. The Quran gives us one law for the punishment for zina in Islam, and that is a public flogging. The Quran makes absolutely no mention whatsoever of any other law in this Sharia. None. And so when the Hadith tells us, as it does, that there is another law, that if they are unmarried, then it's a public flogging. But if they are married, then it is rajam, or stoning to death. What do you do? What do you do? My teacher of blessed memory, he chose to say, no, it is the Quran that we accept. The Hadith is in conflict with the Quran. Okay? And I also hold that view. But Dr. Israr spoke to me, and he told me that there was this outstanding scholar with whom he was associated, Amir Ahsan Islahi, rahimahullah. What a towering giant of a scholar he was. MashaAllah. I went to Lahore and I searched for his grave. And I stood at his grave to show respect for him and to make dua for him. His family helped me to find his grave. Maulana Amir Ahsan Islahi, rahimahullah, who wrote that famous book of tafsir, Tadabbur al-Quran. Okay? And Dr. Israr told me that he parted from Amir Ahsan Islahi over this issue, because Amir Ahsan Islahi, like my teacher, held the view that that hadith is in conflict with the Quran, and the punishment in this Sharia, the punishment in this Sharia or sacred law for zina or fornication and adultery is only a public flogging. Because Maulana Amir Ahsan Islahi held that view, Dr. Israr cut his ties with him. And Dr. Israr said to me, Imran, I'm warning you. These are his words. Imran, I'm warning you that if you ever have that view as well, I will cut off my ties from you. These were his words to me. And I now say to you that this is my view as well, that the punishment for zina in the Quran prevails over what is in the hadith. The hadith is in conflict with the Quran. So if I had remained in the Tanzim, I would have been expelled. If I had remained in the Tanzim, I would have been expelled. So here you are. I have shared with you differences of views that I have with Dr. Muhammad Iqbal, a man whose scholarship is way, 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 way higher than mine. I've shared with you my differences that I have with my own teacher, Maulana Dr. Muhammad Rahman Ansari, whose scholarship is way, 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 way higher than mine. But I have the freedom to differ because there is freedom in the world of knowledge. And now I have shared with you my differences I have with Dr. Israr, for whom I have tremendous admiration and respect, and I have learned so much from him. And I pray that Allah might have mercy on his soul, and I have great love for his organization, the Tanzim Islami. If I go to Lahore, they're annoyed if I don't go to them. Yes. And when I go to them, the Tanzim always welcomes me with respect and with love and affection. So it is for you, the viewing audience. It is for you to listen to what Dr. Israr has said on the subject, whatever he has said about Imran Khan, and listen to what I have said, and for you to decide who is correct. I thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.